Hi everyone, Clinton Hahn here, and today I'm going to be looking at the Shark S1 slider made by iFOOTAGE. I came across their stuff with Rodney Charters last year at IBC. Definitely not a new concept, but they utilize a lot of carbon fiber rods and very high quality parts. Being a fan of also multiple brands of sliders, I thought, well, it's worth checking out. And when I eventually did go on the booth and try it out, I was actually quite impressed at the fluid movement of the carriage and the slider in terms of performance. You have the standard pack and you have the bundle pack. The standard pack essentially just comes with just the slider itself, and then the bundle comes with additional rods and a few other things. The standard slider comes, I think, at a 790 mil in terms of length, and you can go up to 1350 mil if you wanted to extend and put additional carbon fiber rods. If you extend it to its full maximum length, the payload's only about 5 kilos, but if you use it at its standard length, then you can put something like 7 kilos on it. You've got two little cylindrical compartments here, and that's where you have your additional carbon fiber rods. This is really cool. It's made really nicely, and before I go off on a tangent, I just want to quickly show you why this is really cool. So these are the threads that you take off this rubber seal here, and it allows you to be able to then screw this on and extend the length of the slider itself. Really nicely done. The other thing I also like about a rod system is that if you ever do scuff one side of the rod, you simply rotate the rod where your rails are and where your ball bearings are, or the track is, and you'll get a smooth surface again. So actually quite a very intuitive system when I think about it. You also have a couple of bits and pieces in here where we have additional thumb screws and ratchet levers, which is really nice. So they really didn't skimp as far as little spare parts are concerned. There's spare gears in here that allows you to be able to then extend the current gearing system, the belts from the standard length to your maximum length. Let's run through the slider. So you have a carriage, you have two ends, you have the carbon fiber rod system, you have the belt, and then it actually operates on a cheese plate system. Now I have an aftermarket Lettuce 35 tag system here. This works really well with my tripod system, but again, there's a cheese plate at the bottom of this tag plate that allows you to be able to actually mount the slider on any tripod system or any plate system. So really cool. If I turn the slider around, you will see that it also has a thumb screw here on the carriage as a braking system. It has also two spirit levels, which allows you to be able to then level up your slider. It's got a couple of 1/4 inch threads on here as well, which allows you to mount other devices, as well as a 3/8, which is really handy. And then two ends with teeth motors underneath there. And this system, mind you, can also be automated as well. So you can actually buy a motion control system for this, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, that's something I haven't looked at yet, but the manual slider has worked well for me so far. And then we also have at the end of the slider themselves two of these feet. By unlocking a couple of thumb screws, you are able to then articulate and move these legs so that then you can stand them by themselves on their own like this. Okay. Now, it did help a bit, and there were several occasions where I did use the slider simply just placed on the floor like this. I do kind of in some way wish that they would probably put larger feet on there so that you can sort of then negotiate the whole slider in different types of terrain and better sort of I suppose position it. But it then I suppose is counterintuitive to the size and the portability of it. So there's always a compromise. You can't have everything. People kind of want fully articulated legs. They're big and bulky, and then they complain that it's too large. But this kind of really works. If you really want to articulate it or get it off the floor, put it on a tripod. That's the way I see it. If you simply were to place this on two light stands, they simply go in place like that, which is really intuitive. So you simply rest and mount each end on two light stands. If you want a bit more stability, what you can do is either on the end of the spigot itself, on your light stand, you can either mount it to a 1/4-20, okay, or you can mount it also to a 3/8. There you go. So there are also steel inserts in these threads, so you're not going to thread them, which I think is also another brilliant idea. You'll see at the bottom of the carriage there is actually a supplied Allen key, which is mounted just so you don't lose it. Okay, it just sits here. And what this does is that if I go back again to either end, this Allen key is essentially used to basically dismount, unscrew all these all these hexagonal keys here, and you can simply slide the whole end unit off and take them apart completely. So again, very intuitive, very handy, very smart, and it lives under the carriage permanently. The cool thing I like about this slider is this whole resistance pulley system here, and this is a wheel that comes with the slider bundle, and it's actually quite a heavy piece of weight. And what's really cool about this is it gives you the inertia and the resistance, or what I almost call like a drag system. The minute you start putting this this wheel on here, this weight wheel, it takes the whole slider to a different level. Just the feel, I mean, if you can just look at that, right? It just feels so nice. I mean, there's not, in my book, a slider on the market right now that actually has this sort of fluid movement. So this is certainly one thing I was very, very, very impressed with. And I went, you know what, it looks sturdy, the carriage looks big, the form factor and the print and the footprint of the carriage itself is fairly large. So one would assume, like I said before, that you can put or even mount a very large payload on there. So this works really well, by the way. So I'm just quickly going to show you how easy it is to mount this hi-hat on here. You simply screw it on, and right now you then will convert, or shall I say very quickly convert your top plate, or in this case now your carriage, into a very nice 75mm bowl hi-hat for your tripod head. So this is really cool. Again, it's easy to replace if you ever damage your carbon fiber rods, easy to pull apart, large footprint carriage, very nice pulley system weight wheel here that we have, and also a very nice base plate system that you can mount on any sort of tripod. This is something I feel that is bang for your buck, is the iFOOTAGE Shark S1 slider. Thanks for watching.